It's Mass Day, bitches! It's Mass Day, bitches! It's Mass Day! It's Mass Day! Yeah, come on! It's Mass Day!
It is Maz Day, bitches, and Maz is brought to you by Legacy Partners Insurance. Call and get a quote today at 586-209-4106. How you doing, Maz?
Hey, Drew. How's everybody doing?
Fine. I see you were unable to answer the phone on the original call. Did the phone not ring again?
I don't know what happened. I tried to get it. It would not click over.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it seems there's something going on between our number and your number that always makes it hard to connect.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's so weird.
You're right again. You're right again.
Maz, I was watching Sex Before the Internet. It's a Vice series. Have you heard about this?
Ooh, no.
Yeah, you'd love it. It's very good. It's very insightful.
Sex, I love it.
It's informative.
Love sex.
They have
Jeez.
They have a complete episode on Plato's Retreat.
Oh, baby.
Did he just finish?
No, he'd be refracted.
Mark, is that you?
It is me. Sorry. Now you finished.
Mark!
that made him finish.
Mark!
Maz, were you trying to get into Mr. Skin this morning at 6:30 a.m.?
Mark!
Tom?
No, but last week and the week before and the week before
at 6:30 in the morning.
They send a little thing to your email, Drew's email, and to make sure it's Drew.
Why don't you tell me before you do it so I can be on the ready? But somebody was trying to get into Mr. Skin at 6:30 a.m. I'm like, who's this creep beating off before they go to work?
It's like an Ernest Borgnine thing.
He's not out of bed.
So one of you guys, I don't know who was doing it.
Wasn't me.
Not me.
There's nothing wrong with beating off at 6 a.m.
Can we get Maz the password? Is that
he has
a password, but when he logs in, Mark needs to hit the OK.
It's like a two-person or factor verification.
Yeah, it's a verification.
Yeah,
it's a verification.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of websites do that.
Well, anyway, Plato's Retreat. I watched the first 20 minutes or so. Why don't we look at Brandon? You want to play like the first minute or so? See, this is going to bring back some memories for you, Maz. This is all about Plato's, the swinging couples joint in. Actually, it was in Manhattan, I think, wasn't it? Or the far Upper West Side.
It was at a hotel first. Then it moved. I went to the second one where it was in the warehouse because I wasn't there that early.
All right, listen up. This is great.
All right.
This is the very beginning, by the way.
The king of swing.
Not so long ago, New York City had an open and vibrant sex club scene.
The 70s was a window of just sex, sex, sex.
There were clubs that you could go to every night in the week.
But there was only one Plato's Retreat.
I died and went to heaven. I mean, it was like the Garden of Eden, only a million times better.
It was in the middle of the heart of Manhattan where people could come to live out their sexual fantasies.
It was very comfortable to be naked. In fact, it was uncomfortable not to be naked.
I went back out to the pool, dove right in.
Heads up.
Then when I came up for air, I could see these men jerking off. The sperm was just coming like an arc over me.
Plato's Retreat was born out of the insatiable libido of a former fast food manager, Larry Levinson.
He had a whole bevy of women who brought him to orgasm 15 times within 24 hours.
Jesus. Inside his sex club, Levinson helped give the decade its nickname as the swinging 70s.
Plato's Retreat, located in the Ansonia
See, they even have a
Hotel,
commercial.
is
They got a TV commercial.
Free-thinking adult couples. We offer
But soon, sexual liberation would give way to criminal investigations.
All right, it just gets creepier and creepier. But do you remember their TV commercial, Maz?
I don't remember that, Drew. I don't.
Yeah, they had a theme song and a jingle and everything. And, it sounded like it was almost kind of normal to go there back in the day.
It was well produced. It was probably right behind a Carvel ice cream commercial because the voice sounded just like the Carvel guy.
And they kind of made the connection between Disco and Studio 54 and Plato's Retreat. That, I mean, there were just lines around the block to get in this place and get your clothes off and go into the mat room where there were mattresses for miles. They said there'd be like 500 couples getting it on.
Oh, my God. Tom, were you fully nude when you toured Plato's Retreat?
I was not nude. I was fully clothed. And in the beginning of the club, it was couples. They wouldn't let just guys in. But then when it moved to the warehouse, they let guys like me in.
No, they described it as couples or single women.
Yeah. No one wants that.
They didn't want any Mazes in there.
No, they did not want me there. That's for sure.
Okay, now...
If it wasn't for the Pilato brothers, I wouldn't have gotten in the first place.
Oh, yeah, the Pilato brothers. Now, were they just members?
Yeah. No, they were security.
Oh, security. Oh, okay, that's right. I thought they worked there. No, they were talking about how the $25 cover that kept a lot of riffraff out, which it made me laugh. But anyway, did you have to pay the cover or did you get in free?
Access denied.
No, I got it free. I was in free.
Of course he did.
Wow, didn't you have to pay the cover?
Yeah.
The only thing I had to pay was the $5 for the Lincoln Tunnel. That's it. $5 for the Lincoln Tunnel. Park on a side street and go on in.
Wow. No, it was inside the Ansonia Hotel. Does that sound right?
Well, that was where it first took place, but I didn't go in there. They moved to a warehouse. I think it was almost in Midtown, just a few blocks off of the Lincoln Tunnel. There was a warehouse the second time that they reinvented themselves, and that's how it finished up, I think.
Did the Pilato brothers ever introduce you to Larry Levinson, the guy that ran it?
No, they did not.
No.
Larry Levinson probably didn't even know they worked there.
He was busy all day long.
Thank God, because you'd have to shake his hand.
Oh, I know. There's some...
Mark,
what?
I didn't realize it had a buffet. I didn't know it had a buffet.
Yeah, I know. One of the women was complaining it didn't have a dick guard, and that a lot of the penises were almost at food level in some cases.
There's like 50 naked schlongs in there.
There were some really gross comments in this thing, but
salad dressing.
It was pretty entertaining. And Larry walked around.
So classic.
Larry walked around in a bathrobe, and he had a girlfriend named Mary, and I guess she was monogamous, and eventually she had an affair with the limo driver because he would send her home. I think you better go home, and send her home with the limo driver. She ended up having an affair with the limo driver, and then he didn't pay taxes for 3 years, dumbass. And the mob was running it anyway, so he was out. But Donahue did a show on Plato's.
Oh.
They showed Donahue running around with a mic going, what do you think of this?
That's because he wanted to go.
Really? Wow.
What do you think about that, Tom?
I was at a Donahue. I went to the Donahue show a couple of times.
What if it was him? What if he's the Donahue?
Maybe the maybe guy? Say maybe.
I went to a Donahue show and a Geraldo show.
I got actual audio of Tom Mazawey in the Donahue audience.
When's rape? Maybe she went in and wanted to lay a couple of guys, and it got out of hand. I don't know, It happened. You know the story? I don't know the story.
I know the story. Well, then you should read the paper.
Yeah, I seen girls do this.
Yeah, but don't get crazy now. We're here to learn.
Do you remember what the Donahue show was about when you went?
No, I don't. And I thought, honestly, when I went to Geraldo, it was the chair. I think the chair throwing incident, the brawl, was like the day or the show that was taped right before my show was.
Oh, Geraldo he had his nose all taped up?
Yeah, remember that? The big chair. It was a big brawl on the show.
Yeah, they had a bunch of white supremacists on, and they were trying to convince them not to be racist in a half an hour.
There you go.
Great show.
It didn't take. It did not take.
Anyway, they had this girl, I don't know if this will ring a bell, a girl named Tara Alexander was featured in the Plato's thing because she said she wanted to set a record for banging the most dudes. And her husband was emceeing the event, and her husband was the first one to nail her. She took on 82 guys, and then the 83rd was her husband again.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
It was the engine and the caboose.
He was. And honestly, she was smiling at the end. She looked pretty happy.
She died of AIDS like 2 years later.
I don't know. I should look up Tara Alexander. God, she must have been crushed by the Houston 500.
Or Jasmine St. Clair.
Oh, that's right. The Houston 500 didn't even stand up.
No.
What did Jasmine St. Clair do? How many dudes?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it's been shattered since then. It's probably up to like 1,300. As technology goes and athletes get better, women can take more.
Now, with Tara Alexander, the way they described it was
Viagra.
that her husband was just going, 16, get on up here. 17, get up here. And she would have one guy in one hand, one guy in another hand, one guy in her mouth, one guy in her. And they were counting all of those. Now, did the Houston 500 include guys that she was HJing?
No, I thought it was all you had to bang.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, I was.
How provincial.
I didn't know that she was only going to do 83, so I was actually getting angry as I was listening to the rules. But as it turned out, she didn't set any records, so it didn't matter.
Tara Alexander cheated.
Nothing would stand up. Yeah, that's bullshit. So what's going on in sports, Maz? What have you guys been talking about over at Woodward Sports?
Take a guess what we've been talking about, Drew.
Jalen Carter.
Nothing but the draft. Yeah, Jalen Carter getting sent home, and he went back today, actually. We're talking draft. That's what people want to talk about, man. When we talk about anything but the draft, our live audience dips like you would not believe it. The minute we talk football, it bounces right back up.
I don't know. I don't know.
The Lions, man. It's the Lions.
No, I get it, but I don't know how you can talk about the draft every day for like 2 months before the draft. Doesn't it get boring?
I know, but it's different people. Mel Kiper's mock draft, Todd, his mock draft, Pro Football Focus. They got all these things. You got the Combine now. So I got someone from the Combine on tomorrow.
Ooh.
It's NFL. It's NFL.
No, did you have all the details on Jalen Carter? I mean, that story is really ugly, man.
Hey, look, let's face it. We all raced our cars as young guys. We did.
Not at that speed, at that hour with that booze.
Would you leave the scene if you saw your friend crash into a pile of God knows what and saw a couple people die? Would you leave the scene?
Was I going to be a number one draft pick?
Yes, yes.
Then I'm leaving.
Yeah, I guess I really didn't put myself in his shoes.
If he didn't leave, Drew, if he didn't leave, he'd be in jail right now.
He got a DUI. Yeah, he got a DUI, probably.
Yeah, he would have got a DUI. He'd be all done.
Plus, he didn't get leaving the scene of the accident for some reason. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, it certainly worked out for him, Tom.
Misdemeanors.
I mean, the guy.
He got 2 misdemeanors. Look, I mean, it sucks. 2 people died. It's horrible. He's got to live with that. But hell, man, he called Drew Rosenhaus. Drew said, "Get the hell out of there." His agent.
Yeah,
you know that.
I was just really. I'm just so put off by the, I'm going to be cleared of all charges and, I did nothing wrong. It's like, oh, fuck you. Yep. Stop.
It turns out his car didn't touch the other car, so that's how he avoided being manslaughter or anything like that.
Oh,
if cars had touched, then he would have been done. Wow. But he got away. He wasn't part of that crash.
So you don't have to stop at the scene of an accident if you don't hit the car?
Well,
even if you're drag racing him?
Well, obviously, Drew, he didn't. If you wanted to say, it's probably the good thing to do, but he was probably drunk and got the hell out of there.
Tom, the most important thing is, how is this going to affect his draft stock?
Of course. That's all anyone cares about.
Not one bit, Mark. Not one bit.
I bet it won't.
Not one bit.
I bet it won't.
Probably not.
It won't. He's still a top 4 pick.
Yeah,
maybe number 1.
Depending on what else comes out, because today, he was going 89 and a 45. That's not going to matter. But
if he slides to the Lions, Tom, you're going to be the first one in line to buy his jersey?
I don't know if I'll be the first in line, but I think it would be great for the Lions if they got him or Will Anderson Jr. or one of the quarterbacks.
No, I'm talking about the guy who the guy who's in trouble.
Yeah, Maz, just admit that you would be excited if he fell to 6. You'd be so psyched.
Oh my God, I would be I'd be Plato's Retreat excited.
Hey, did the Pilato brothers have any? They must have some good Plato Retreat. Wait, Pilato at Plato?
Pilato at
Plato's at Plato's.
They must have had some incredible Plato's Retreat stories.
Did they call it Pilato's Retreat?
Yeah, I'm sure they did, Brandon. Those guys were a trip, man. They were fun to hang out with. We had some awesome times together. and some not awesome times together as well.
But did they ever, just one of them maybe take their clothes off and jump into the mattress room in the middle of their shift, and while the other guy would cover for them? No,
they did not. Not that I know of. They were outside guys, outside right by the door, and that's it. That's as far as I think they went.
Well, I got some
They
breaking
might have stories though.
I have some breaking news here. Mark, is it Lisa Sparks broke the record for sleeping with the most guys?
That's what it looks like. Brandon's got it up there.
Correct.
919. Come on, someone's got to break the 1,000.
919.
It's almost a 20-year record too.
That's all penetration, by the way.
Lisa Sparks.
Lisa Sparks.
Yeah.
919 dudes in 12 hours. That's the new record.
12 hours.
Do the math on that, though. How's that not that hot?
That's more than 70 penises an hour.
Tom, what do you know about Lisa Sparks? Sounds like you're well versed in her art.
If I know who she is, Mark, and I think I do, I think she's well endowed, and I think she's a pretty good looking lady.
She was a good looking lady, and now she is a post porn career.
Her boobs look like that transitioning teacher in Canada.
Like she's playing pool.
I mean, those are ridiculous.
Man,
Those
say
are
you
huge.
ran
that big, you have to play pool.
Tom, say you ran into her the night she did 919, and it's been it's been a few hours, but you guys are hitting it off, and she wants you to nail her, but she's like, earlier I did 919 guys this morning. Are you game?
No, it wouldn't.
Of course.
That's the Tommy I know.
Not work at
Why
all.
not?
Hey, it could be 920. That's a nice round number.
It is. I love that. I'd be playing that in the lottery the rest of my life.
Oh my God, vagina is so worn out. We have an 85% chance we're going to talk to John Lovitz. So.
Oh yeah, we do. We got to go,
he's
Maz.
at the Astronomicon, huh?
Yes, he is.
Astronomicon, yeah.
Astronomicon.
You're up on Astronomicon?
Astronomicon.
Yeah,
Astronomicon?
we got, my guys, Ryan and Braylon and Darren McCarty. Darren will be at the Astronomicon.
Mm-hmm.
They all love
is, that's right.
wrestlers.
Is it called Astronomicon?
I booked them a Hall of Fame. I hooked them Devo. What the hell's his last name? He's a Hall of Fame wrestler.
Rikishi?
No.
What was on the other end of this quid pro quo? What did they get?
No quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
here he is.
John Lovitz is on it. Should be in any minute now, so we have to get off the phone, Maz.
By the way, John the barber from Farmington
Devon
said
Dudley.
hi.
Oh, Devon Dudley. Right on.
Devon Dudley. That's who we have tomorrow.
All right, Maz. Have a
Drew,
great
I
show.
gotta go.
Good luck
I
with
gotta
bowling.
go.
No, we already had to go.
Hi, Maz.
No.
Hang up
I'm
the
already
phone.
here at the alleys. I'm going.
Bye, Tom.
Hang up the phone, Tom. Don't stay on the phone.
He gone.
We need John Lovitz. All right.